The CGIAR Research Program on Climate Change, Agriculture and Food Security, CCAFS, is working with communities in East Africa to develop climate-smart villages. These are learning sites where researchers, development partners, and farmers come together to test agricultural interventions. The program taps into other CGIAR centers' expertise, national and regional research networks to support adaptation to climate change. The aim is also to boost farmers' ability to adapt to climate change, manage risks, and build resilience. At the same time, the hope is also to improve livelihoods and incomes, and where possible, reduce greenhouse gas emissions to ensure solutions are sustainable. Wote in Makueni County is one such site that lies on the arid and semi-arid zone of eastern Kenya. It is characterized by high variability in annual and seasonal rainfall that amounts to 520 millimeters per year.
The research program I'm involved in is called Resilient Dryland Systems, and the key mandate of it is to help farmers manage the environment better, helping farmers to improve their productivity through a number of ways. In my specific theme, I do work that revolves around soil and water management. The project tries to look at helping farmers use climate information to manage their farm activity. And why do we want them to use it? We want them to use it because the scenario right now is farmers apply blanket. They go ahead with what they feel or what they think.
In 2012-2013, a partnership was developed between the International Crops Research Institute for the Semi-Arid Tropics, ICRISAT, the Kenya Agricultural Research Institute, KARI, and the Kenya Ministry of Agriculture and local smallholder farmers. The aim was to undertake a participatory evaluation and promotion of integrated sorghum legume technologies for improved food security and income in the Wote area.
Unless we develop mitigation measures to address the issues of climate change, then we are going to be extinct. Since the vision for Makueni County is a food secure county, we have and already we are coming up and drafting policies which are supposed to address the issues of food security, and they will go a long way in also addressing and mitigating climate change. One of those key issues is the promotion and utilization of the traditional high-value crops. These days we are not calling them traditional crops, we are not calling them orphan crops, because we've realized they are the crops which can do well here.
A mother-baby trial experimental approach was used. This involved establishing all trial plots on one main farm, called the mother trial, and having a set of nearby farmers planting only one variety of sorghum legume intercrop, called the baby trial, on their farms.
We used to grow maize, beans, and also cowpeas, but they could not do well due to the drought. It was at that time when we were invited by KARI and ICRISAT. They taught us to go and form some groups in which there were 3 mothers, one of them is me, and 15 babies. Also the babies and the mothers were both given sorghum seeds, which they went and planted. Sorghum is one of drought-resisting crops. That's why it was introduced in Makueni, in order to cater for food during famine time. When we started growing this sorghum, it was initiated to the babies, and they took it purposely. Now today, I'm not afraid to say that they have plenty of sorghum. That is giving them a lot of courage to carry on with this practice.
They are monitoring for each trial. The farmers and researchers documented the number of days to maturity, disease and pest incidence, and ability to withstand lodging for sorghum, yield levels, and palatability. These trials will be repeated in subsequent seasons before any major conclusions are made. CCAFS partnered with ICRISAT and KARI to test the effectiveness of different methods of communicating downscaled seasonal climate forecast information to assess its impact on management and productivity of smallholder farms. The communication methods tested include training workshops aimed at making farmers better understand the probabilistic climate forecast information. They also include agro-advisories with forecast information, along with advice on potential management options, and both training and agro-advisory.
What we've done is trained a group of what's now about 600 farmers spread across 2 divisions. And the 600 farmers are grouped in villages, and the villages are taken as treatments. Although we have 3 villages each for each treatment as a replication, the treatments are control group. There's a group that is trained in this use of climate information. There's a group that is not only trained but also given an agro-advisory, and there's a group that only gets the advisory. The advisory basically is an interpretation of what would be a climate forecast, a seasonal climate forecast. What does it mean for the farmer as regards agricultural terms? What does a forecast, if there's a forecast that current rainfall is going to be an above normal season or a below normal season, what does that actually mean in agricultural terms? We have found that to be very useful for farmers, because farmers do not immediately understand what climate terms are and what they actually mean to them. With the training in the climate information and with the interpretation of the climate information itself, we have found over the last 2 seasons that the farmers are able to make better use of climate information.
We have realized without policies, it is not easy to implement all what I'm saying. And we are coming up, the Ministry of Agriculture, Livestock and Fisheries Development in Makueni County has thought of drafting these following policies so that they can be passed by our county assembly and they become very effective. I might be talking of sorghum, I might be talking of cowpeas, green grams, but unless I have that land policy which says that this community from this place to here, you are supposed to grow sorghum and not maize, I'll be wasting a lot of time. And then as I talk of that policy, I have also to look at the market linkage. And then we are saying for the county to be able to market their produce very well, we also have to come up with strategies and policies to address the marketing. When you go to our National Cereal Board stores in Makueni, we have 3 of them, one in Wote, another one in Emali, and another one in Kibwezi. What they are stocking is maize, which we are discouraging our farmers to grow because it cannot do well here. So we are saying what we are producing, the sorghum we are producing, the green grams we are producing, the cowpeas we are producing, and the pigeon peas, can it go there? Let the farmers even be, or we come up with the warehouse receipting that a farmer can be able to deliver his produce into our feed reserve or food reserve. He is given some percentage so that he can do the rest of the things. As the government of Makueni looks for better prices, the farmer will still continue. And we still believe the prices will be stabilized through that. We can talk a lot on water harvesting, and that is a mitigation measure on climate change, because we can harvest water in situ. We can also harvest water into ponds. We want to come up with a policy of roof water harvesting, then road runoff harvesting, and also harvesting to the farm, the in situ, the soil conservation measures and the rest. Because we might be talking so much, but you have nothing to defend yourself with. So I believe with that we'll be going a very, in a way, or we are going a long way in addressing the issues of climate change.
The trainings that I have so far attended are trainings which have done me a lot of things. I have discovered that there are some methods that I did not know, and there are the methods that I should use and I should have used there early before, so as to move away from this disaster of food shortage. My group is now not only practicing sorghum planting, it is also practicing other things like vegetable growing, so that we may have varieties, changing different things to be done by different groups and babies. And we are also trying to practice fish rearing by building some fish ponds and so forth. I would like to learn large-scale farming so that I may be also given a kind of a way of marketing my crop. Especially we were told that that is the East African breweries would come and maybe buy our crop. So I would like to extend my farming further The youngest generation is not agriculture oriented at all, as you know. I would like to facilitate to them that they can practice this exercise of sorghum farming to earn their life. That is, to earn their living instead of going for these office jobs. This one may bring them a lot of income, more than loitering about in the town, tarmacking, looking for jobs. I can educate them and bring to them the importance of this kind of farming.
Ngora igo